Someone called her an angel on earth, and that's a good way to describe her.
Brianna's like sunshine. She walks in a room and she's like sunshine because she's so happy.
Her smile, that's the number one thing. Just like that smile lights up her whole entire face. Since we were born, she's always been like kind of like a second mother for us, always protecting us and always telling us what to do.
She changes people's lives.
Well, I'm Brianna Worden. I like to sing, but I get a little nervous in front of people.
She loves pigs, to the point that she will not eat pork. When she found out that bacon was pork, she nearly died. I think she cried for like a good hour. I knew something was wrong with her at birth, but I didn't know what exactly it was. She was born with all of these birthmarks. And I noticed a lump in her arm, and quickly it turned to 3 lumps. And her life early was trying to figure out what this was and get an actual diagnosis. And we found out later on that it was neurofibromatosis.
It's a genetic disorder that causes tumors to grow throughout the nervous system. My arm is covered in tumors. It's basically my entire left side, except my legs.
That took us from local doctors to doctors in Westchester, about 2 hours away, to Tulane University in New Orleans.
It was a horrible experience because at that doctor's visit, you know, here we are, we're thinking, you know, help us with this child, and the first answer was basically, you know, we're going to have to cut her arm off. We said, no, thank you, we'll get a second opinion. We basically just left. Did a lot more research and found the doctors at the Boston Children's Hospital.
They were phenomenal and are phenomenal in her care.
I had 3 surgeries total on my arm, 2 around the top part, and the second one was this area down here.
I mean, that went so phenomenally well that they decided to take more off the lower portion. And she had something called complex regional nerve pain syndrome. Her shirt, raindrops, wind would cause excruciating pain. I think that was probably one of the hardest challenges that we've faced with NF.
When it hit me, it was definitely when she had her spinal surgery.
Her back was straight for years and years and years, and she developed a curve, and that curve turned into 2, and it was literally twisting off her spinal cord.
And it turned into an S, so you can see it's like this.
They told us if she didn't have surgery, she could be paralyzed. If she did have surgery, she could be paralyzed. So it was like a 50-50, what do we do? And she said, well, there's a chance that I will walk, Mom, so let's go for it.
Well, today's the first surgery date.
Are you scared?
A little bit.
A little bit, me too.
How are you feeling?
Anxious.
About what?
I don't like to see my daughter go through pain.
Are you more nervous now that we're here?
No.
Yeah.
When I get in the room, probably.
They took out several vertebrae in her middle of her spine, her upper spine, and they had to break her ribs to get to the spine. During the process, at one point, she flatlined. You know, she actually flatlined, and you know, they had to bring her back. But
I thought I was going to lose her, and sorry. That was awful, awful, awful. Sorry about that.
This is now my spine. It hurt, but I was still so thankful to have him. They said if I didn't have the surgery, my spinal cord, it would have broke. I'm feeling very sore. So if you have surgery, know it's gonna be okay in the end, but it's gotta get worse to get better. It really does. And I hope whoever's watching, whenever you see this, I hope you just try and make light of the situation, because I kind of do look funny. And just try and smile and have a good day. Today I'm very sore and it's been a little rough day. But you always gotta try and stay positive even when you're sore. That's how I look at it.
Careful. Good. How were you able to do all this stuff in such a short time? Your physical therapy and OT? Because you're a physical therapist and you're OT?
Yes.
Had nothing to do with you?
Oh, and me trying.
When asked what her pain is, and they'd say, you know, on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being the worst pain you're in, give me a number, and she'd smile and say, like, an 8, you know. Just as much as she expresses all the time positivity and, you know, kick ass, Brianna, there are moments of, oh, wow, I wish I could have had that opportunity.
Then that's when I had the malignant tumor. It appeared. This right here was the malignant sheath tumor. And they had to go through my, the throat, and they had to separate everything. And when they did that, my vocal cord became paralyzed.
It's a risk of the surgery, always when you put a trach tube in.
They looked at me and said, you're probably never going to be able to talk normal again or sing. And I remember that was the hardest thing I ever heard.
That was worse than the spine surgery. And
she couldn't speak, let alone sing, and that was horribly devastating to her. I think probably her biggest challenge with NF was that moment when they said, you might never be able to sing again.
One day we're sitting in the living room and she's on the couch, and
I was trying to talk to my brother Robert, and my voice, it clicked.
And it came back, and she was so excited. So excited.
And I told the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
Bree got into some pageants locally. A friend of hers was doing pageantry. She got the bug for it.
I thought, you know what? I'm gonna just try a pageant and see what happens. And I was young. I didn't win. I kept trying and trying, and I wasn't winning.
She walked in and she had her dress on with her arm showing and some of her scars, and she got a lot of looks, a lot of snickering, and she just kept smiling, and she was sweet as pie to everyone. And
my platform is Neurofibromatosis. I am a spokesperson for NF, and I have this disorder. I want to teach you that you can look different in any way. Don't let anybody put you down. You are beautiful. Thank you. I ended up winning, and I was really happy. I thought, wow, I can actually make a difference. And as soon as I won Miss Teen New York, more people wanted to listen about NF.
I am so grateful to hear, when I talk to the judges, as beautiful as she is, what really is striking to them is the person that's inside.
So then when I became older and more aware of NF, I thought, I'm gonna help others who have this. I'm gonna help them get through the depression that they're feeling, because it is hard. I just want them to know that I went through this, and so can they.
You know, I at one point thought she'd be this girl that would be living with me until the day she died, and I would be the person seeing her die, and no parent should go through that. To see her graduating high school and studying psychology to work with sick kids is just the most beautiful thing, and I'm so proud of her. And you know, I know that whatever time she has on this planet, she's gonna rock it. She's gonna make the best of it, and pretty lucky.
Kickstart my heart when you shine it in my eyes. I can't lie, it's a sweet light. I'm stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. You're getting me through the night. 'Cause you're my flashlight. You're my flashlight. You're my flashlight.